Quitting smoking is one of the hardest things that a person can do, especially when you consider how the nicotine found in cigarettes is about as addictive as heroin. There's a reason that learning how to quit smoking is a skill that people are still trying to find an easy answer to. It's because it's not only a gross habit that can affect your personal life, but also something that can shave years off of your life on top of that. The benefits of quitting smoking are far more numerous than any reasons to continue smoking, especially after we run through all of the ways that smoking can affect your body, brain, and even your interests and hobbies. So let's break down some of the effects of smoking and take a look at how smoking kills your brain and body. Number 1. Your brain forms extra nicotine receptors after you start smoking. When you start smoking and regularly introducing nicotine into your body, your brain is forced to make some adjustments to keep things running smoothly. One of these changes is forming extra nicotine receptors in your brain to keep up with all of the demand. This causes you to react even more strongly to nicotine and actively seek it out. If you end up deciding to quit, the extra receptors have nothing to do, and your body will respond very strongly. Nicotine withdrawal is a difficult process to go through, and you may feel anxious, uncomfortable, lost, and irritable, among other things. Going through nicotine withdrawal is also difficult because your brain will try and convince you that smoking is the right answer, and it will be pretty hard to resist. Number 2. Your brain isn't able to form new cells. Smoking cigarettes can have a variety of impacts on your brain and body, some of which can even start to hinder your day-to-day life. Recent studies done by France's official medical research institute found that your brain may have a much harder time producing new brain cells if you are regularly taking in nicotine. This research found that the body may be producing 50% fewer new brain cells after smoking, a figure that is absolutely stunning if accurate. The same study also found that smoking can increase cell death within the brain and body, meaning that your body isn't able to properly replace the cells it's losing either. The effects on the brain are not yet fully understood, but early research indicates that this could be affecting things like memory and cognition. Your brain struggling to produce new cells is also dangerous because of the cancerous implications, a point we'll dive deeper into soon. Number 3. Hearing loss. The more that we learn about smoking and its effects, the more we learn exactly how much danger the act is putting our bodies through. We have found out within the last decade or so that smoking can directly lead to mild to full hearing loss over time. This occurs because the smoke limits the oxygen supply to the inside of your ear, particularly a small organ called the cochlea. Without any air being supplied to this tiny organ, the cochlea could start to feel discomfort that can be felt as a sort of inner ear pain, if you feel anything at all. This causes damage to the cochlea, which can result in some trouble hearing that is difficult to reverse. In some extreme cases, people have also reported completely losing their ability to hear because of smoking. Number 4. Lung damage. Maybe most obviously, smoking has been shown to directly lead to lung damage in most of the people that smoke. It would usually only take a medical professional moments to distinguish between a healthy person's lungs and a smoker's, and there are plenty more consequences than just a cosmetic difference. Deadly diseases like emphysema can come about as a result of smoking, causing tremendous difficulty breathing and even death in certain cases. There's also lung scarring, which can be painful and require surgery if bad enough, and you can expect to experience more colds and other illnesses too. Because smoking damages your cilia, or the little bristles in your lungs that help keep out bacteria and viruses. More bad stuff gets through for smokers, and as a result they often end up sicker. Because their lungs are already damaged, these colds can also wreak havoc on their respiratory system, and they may even feel burnt or scalded. Number 5. You're more likely to develop diabetes. Smokers usually have more fat and less muscle than non-smokers, simply because of how smoking affects your body. You're also far more likely to develop type 2 diabetes as a result of smoking regularly. You don't even have to be an everyday smoker to develop this disease, and once you have it, smoking only makes things more complicated. Smoking has a way of disrupting your body, and so if you have type 2 diabetes and continue smoking, it could worsen the symptoms of diabetes pretty significantly. Number 6. Erectile dysfunction or infertility. Smoking affects your hormone levels too, which in some cases can lead to infertility in women and erectile dysfunction in men. Nicotine also usually lowers your estrogen levels, which can cause you to develop dry skin, get irritated faster, and even thin out your hair. The toxic ingredients inside of cigarettes can also eliminate your ability to have a baby altogether if they damage the sperm cells. Even if you are able to have children, the chances that they will develop genetic defects as a result of your smoking are much higher than for the average person. Number 7. It can affect your eyesight. Nicotine can actually cause you to lose your eyesight too. This occurs because there is a chemical inside of your eye that is produced to help you retain sight at night. And when you smoke, the production of this chemical gets stunted. Smoking can also lead to complete blindness too, since there are strong links to suggest that smoking cigarettes can lead to cataracts, which cause full blindness in a person. These processes take years to occur usually, and you may not even realize that something is going on until it's too late. And so remain vigilant and get your eyes checked often. Number 8. You will have a weakened heart. One of the main things that smoking does to your body is raise your blood pressure. Once your blood pressure rises, it starts to put your heart at risk, since it is having to pick up the slack. The carbon monoxide inhaled through cigarettes can also suppress oxygen to your heart and body, putting a lot of stress on that organ to pump out blood. Over time, this added stress can lead to increased risk of heart attacks and strokes, as well as other heart-related health issues. Your heart being stressed can also contribute to worse performance by the organ in general, and fatty deposits could start to show up around your body, especially in the hands and feet. These fatty deposits can lead to blockages that could possibly require surgery, and if they go untreated, can lead to amputation. Number 9. It slows cognitive development in kids. The rising popularity of vaping has given us all a glimpse on the effect that nicotine can have on developing bodies, and the conclusions are not promising. Smoking or vaping can lead to a halt in cognitive development among adolescents, and this can result in a lessened ability to remember things or to solve simple logic puzzles. Addiction in a developing brain is never good, and the addiction essentially takes the place of positive brain development in many cases. Number 10. You develop more mouth issues. Smoking takes a real toll on your mouth, which is why smokers are the group most likely to suffer from mouth cancer later on in life. Smoking damages your teeth and gums, and can even cause them to yellow and fall out over time. The smoke smell also has a habit of overstaying its welcome and doesn't really go away for months or even years of not smoking. If you smoke, you are also more likely to develop issues with your mouth, as it is weaker and unable to fight off disease like it once did. Things like sores, scratches and cuts, and ulcers around the face and mouth are common occurrences for smokers, and it's a result of the toxins killing off your mouth's natural defenses. Number 11. Cancer is a real threat. Even in the 21st century, cancer has remained an elusive disease that the world's top minds are trying to figure out. While we may not know everything about the disease, we do know some of the causes of it. Inhaling smoke generally is not good for your body, and the smoke can damage your lungs and potentially lead to cancer down the line. The toxins found in a cigarette, however, are much worse and actively promote cancer cell growth and the genetic modification of your body. 1/3 of the deaths from cancer are related to the person using tobacco, and that number has caused a lot of people to rethink their smoking habit. Number 12. It hurts your ability to make decisions. The part of your brain that strategizes is also the one that is most hurt by nicotine. This is especially true for brains still in development, and this makes smoking very dangerous. You are more likely to be swayed by advertising and marketing, peer pressure, and other manipulation tactics if you smoke cigarettes. Your self-control and decision-making centers of your brain are minimized, leading to some potentially boneheaded decisions as a result of smoking. Do you have anything about quitting smoking that you would like to share in the comments? Let us know down below and share your story. Here are 2 more videos you might find interesting. Feel free to choose the one you like. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos on health, subscribe to the channel.